Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today is Fake or Real Thursday, with the craziest stories that just can't be real. I caught my husband with my mum! Posted by OK Interview 5636. My husband and I have been married for 5 years, and we have 2 children together. Recently, my mum moved in with us because she couldn't afford rent anymore. I was happy to help her out, as she'd helped me out my whole life. Me and my husband also have full-time jobs, so it's nice to not have to pay for daycare and to have a live-in nanny. Now, onto the problem. Yesterday, I had to work extra hours, so I decided to pick up dinner. As I walked in, I heard my mum's voice float down from my bedroom. I walked up and I saw my mum sitting on top of my husband, unbuttoning her shirt. My husband looked very uncomfortable, but my mum is a few pounds overweight, so he couldn't get her off him. I dropped the food I was holding, alerting both of them that I was there. I screamed at her, telling her to get out. She pleaded with me, saying she had nowhere else to go. Well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I screamed at her again to get out, and she got up and ran. Later, I texted her saying she better pick up her stuff tomorrow, and I never wanted to see her face again. My husband swears he didn't do anything, but I just don't know what to believe anymore. What should I do? Update. When my mum came over, I questioned her about what was going on. She revealed that every time her and my husband were home alone, they did various sexual things. She provided messages between them when my husband told her when I would be gone. I ran downstairs to where my husband was helping carry stuff out to my mum's car and blew up at him. I demanded he leave at once, and I was filing for divorce. His face stayed blank as I yelled at him. Then he grabbed my mum and they drove away. The 2 people I love the most betrayed me in the worst possible way, and I don't know what to do. That's insane! What do you guys think? Fake or real? Surely this can't be real! My ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend asked me to donate my sperm. Our next story comes from the Relationship Advice subreddit, posted by Graham Gaming. Context. I dated a girl in March 2020, and we ended up breaking up in a pretty bad way in March 2021. I was in college and working a lot, and I didn't feel like I had enough time to devote to her, so I ended things. Since we dated for a year, we both got to know each other really well. It got to the point where she was over at my house 5 out of 7 days of the week. The relationship itself wasn't that bad, but I didn't feel mature enough to have a committed relationship with her. We disagreed on a lot, and most of it was pretty core value stuff. At the time, I didn't like weed or drinking, and she was pretty big into the weed. Fast forward to December 2022. I went to a house party and met up with a high school friend of mine who I used to be pretty close with. We talked, caught up with life, and I come to find out that my ex is now living in his house because his brother is now dating my ex. His brother is transgender, female to male. I was pretty surprised when I heard the news. They were friends when we dated, and we hung out with him a few times. During the party, I got a bit inebriated and told my friend that I really missed hanging out with him. We bonded pretty good that night and had some laughs. I told him I wish me and my ex didn't end so bad, so I could have come over more. He said he didn't think she had a problem with me and suggested that I send her a text to see if she was still upset. A week later, I decided to reach out. I explicitly told her I have no interest in her romantically or sexually and just want to chill so I could hang out with my friend without any beef or drama. What I was expecting to be an atomic bomb turned out to be a really good conversation. I was relieved that we both seemed to have matured a lot since we last spoke. Almost a year has gone by now, and the 4 of us, me, my friend, my ex, my friend's brother, ex's new boyfriend, have hung out a few times and had some pretty good times. I'm pleased that there's no more hard feelings between my ex and I, but recently there's been a bit of a situation. I began dating my current girlfriend January 2023. We have an apartment together and she understands the situation with my ex. I still have no romantic feelings or sexual feelings for my ex, and my heart is devoted to my current girlfriend. She has a bit of insecurity about the situation, but I would too, so I don't blame her. However, I've asked her many times if she wants to come with me to see them, and she said no, and she trusts me. This is the part I need advice for. I went to go see my friend and hang out with them the other night. My ex and her boyfriend presented me with a question that I have no idea what to do with. Would you want to donate your sperm for us to have a child? I guess I understand why they would ask me, since they know me. They said a bunch of stuff about me and them signing papers to disassociate me from the child. I don't want kids. But it's just so confusing, and I have no idea how to bring it up with my current girlfriend. I don't want to be an a-hole, and it feels like an honor that they asked me, but I just don't know what to do. You're not an a-hole for saying no. If it makes you uncomfortable, that's perfectly fine, and they should respect that. They can just go to a sperm bank. It's a seriously weird thing to ask an ex for. Idiot fiance breaks up with me, ruins his own life. And our last story comes from the BestofRedditorUpdates subreddit, posted by ThrowTheManAway7. Last week, my 27 female, fiance 29 male, we'll call him Mason, broke up with me because I told him I didn't want to leave my job and move across the country so he could be a streamer. I make very good money here in Minneapolis. My family's here and I love the scenery of the area, outside the city of course. My ex was basically a stay-at-home boyfriend. He worked only 20 hours a week as a barista at a Starbucks that's literally 5 minutes walk from our apartment. I work as an NICU nurse and I make good money, so I was never worried about our finances. What worried me was that despite Mason having a biology degree, he was never able to get a full-time biology job. I think he was never looking in the first place. I told Mason I'd be happy to help him pay for the master's program that he supposedly was interested in doing. But he never put in any work to research or apply for it. Instead, he was obsessed with the idea of becoming a streamer and moving to LA. But Mason never had time to stream or work on building a social media presence. He had literally 2 followers on Twitch, and the last time he streamed was a year ago. I paid for everything: the apartment, our groceries, his medication, his pet fish, all of our dates that I had always planned. But despite working crazy hours, I was also the only one doing grocery shopping on my way home, cleaning the dishes, cooking, and doing laundry. The only thing he would do consistently was clean his fish tank and turn on the Roomba. But sure, I'm the problem when I tell him to stop piling trash up over the edge of the bin and actually take it out. And I'm the problem when I tell him I'm not going to leave my job and pay for us to move to LA and leave my entire family behind when he's literally done nothing to make his own aspirations come true. Dude sits at home for 50 hours a week in his underwear eating tikis and playing video games that he doesn't even stream, and expects me to cook dinner as soon as I get home from the hospital. We had a fight and he broke up with me. Genius move. So I cancelled the lease on my apartment. I'm staying with my sister while I go house hunting and deleting every trace of that idiot from my life. He's tried calling and texting me, but I'm done with his leeching. I just wish other people could see through his carefully crafted lies, because I've lost 2 friends who are just eating up his sob story. Can't believe I'm such a mean girlfriend who won't be my man's mummy. Too long didn't read. My fiance killed his golden goose over a trash bag and a non-existent streaming career. Update. Well, through a friend, I've learned some shocking developments. For starters, Mason is moving to LA in September. So I'm excited to go to our usual haunts and not have to worry about running into him anymore. But the second thing I learned confirmed that he was only using me as a meal ticket. 1 week after our breakup, he came out as gay and officially started dating our mutual best friend, now my ex-best friend, who he always described as being like a brother to him. I have nothing against gay people. I'm happy for him, and hopefully he can now be with someone who he has an actual chance of loving sincerely. But to say I didn't have suspicions of him cheating in the last few months of our relationship would be a lie. Now I knew that he knew he was gay for a year before we broke up, and he was just writing my paycheck while lightly effing his bro on the side. Good news, my STD test came back all clean, though we hadn't had sex in several months before our breakup. Truthfully, I hope Mason can find peace and what will motivate him. But it sucks that all the struggle and strife from the last year could have been avoided if he'd just been honest about his sexuality and actually stepped up to the plate and took responsibility for his own finances, instead of just expecting to be handed life on a silver platter. As for myself, I'm closing on a house next week. I've joined a local tennis league and I've started dating again, just enjoying myself and seeing what's out there. The house I'm buying will need a few renovations, which I'm excited about doing myself. Life is good, but weird sometimes. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.